Hello team, and welcome back to the 22.2 Process Programming Update Show. My name is Ed Haynes, and with me today in the studio is Ant Haynes.
Hello.
Ant, how are you doing?
Great, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Good. Today's rundown is as follows. We are going to go through the overall leaderboards, so where our members and our athletes are currently standing after 2 workouts. In the following order, we will start with the male division. That's for males under 35, followed by the female division. Then we'll go into the Masters male division, and we will finish with the female Masters division. We're 2 weeks in and just want to once again give a massive shout out to our sponsors who are making this show possible. Thank you so much for all your support. Our main sponsors being Life Aid Asia and Athletic Apparel and Proper Pastures, and our supporting sponsors, but just as important, Lyra Spirits, Wine and Things, MG GERAGHTY Insurance, Ultra Hemp, Biltong Chief, Bandit Coffee, Clean Nutrition, Bear Bells Hong Kong, and Nocco Hong Kong. Thank you, team. Without further ado, let's dive into our leaderboards. We are going to start with the male below 35. We're going to be reviewing the top 3 here. What you will see on your screen is the top 5 from around the world. A little reminder here, guys. Those who are taking part in the Process Programming CrossFit Open Throwdown are folks who are part of the Process Programming community. That means they are either one of our affiliates and training in one of our affiliates around the world, or they are individual subscribers to our online programs following the Live, the Perform, the Compete, or the Elite training tracks. And take us away, 22.2, how are our males looking?
Well, I know you only wanted to start with the top 5 because you just crept into the top 5, but unfortunately we'll take that out of there. In third place, we have myself. First place finish for 22.2, bumped me up after 22.1. Second place, we have another strong performance from Cameron Curry. Again, we touched on Cameron last time in his situation. Used to be in Hong Kong. That's how we know him. He's moved overseas since and settled down there, and he's found his competitive spirit again, and I know he's going to be pushing for Masters this year. But he is in the open category because he loves to challenge himself. And then in first place, we have David Trebullo, another strong finish in 22.2 for David. I know I'll be seeing David in the next few weeks for a bit of training. But otherwise, yeah, I remember speaking to him just before this. He was telling me how confident he was in this, and I think that reflects with his solid score in finishing this workout.
So whilst I have you as a podium finisher in the studio right now, are you happy with your 22.2 performance?
Yeah, I think it was it was executed as the way I wanted it. If I was to do it again, I would definitely change my strategy a little bit. But I'm trying to go through this open as just one crack at each workout, put it in the bank and just move on. Haven't checked the leaderboard. There's not much kind of emotion riding in the CrossFit Open for the first 3 weeks. The quarterfinals and then touch wood, semi-finals is where it matters.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, Ant.
Thank you.
Awesome to see your performances coming in. Let's move on to our female open division. So this is for our females following our program who are 35 years old or below. And taking us away, what is our top 3 looking like?
So in third place, we have a tie between Robin Lee Wilson and Maddie Booth. Maddie Booth, actually very impressive to see her handling a 70 kg barbell and getting through the first 10, then into the descending part of the rep scheme. So that's awesome. Good to see Robin up there as well with another strong finish. Katie Reggett, our very own, it's actually funny. So for those that don't know, we've been in a bit of lockdown in Hong Kong, and our community in the Process Programming community has really come together, and kind of it's just become a bit of a trend now that anytime anyone does a workout for the Open, someone will get a Zoom link, and it usually goes to one person, myself or Ed or a friend. And then we basically just end up circulating it to the entire community, and we end up having like anywhere between 15 to 25 people just watching a couple of people throw down. But it's been great. So thank you to Katie for putting that online and let us all cheer on. So another strong performance from Katie, and then Adele, who's kind of been isolated over in one of the Hong Kong islands at the moment. She's built herself a home gym, and she has access to some amazing equipment over there. But putting in another very, very strong performance for Adele.
Yeah, I just want to echo how cool it's been being able to connect with the community, even though we can't see them in person. but having a whole bunch of people tune into those Zoom calls, there's a lot of banter, there's a lot of cheering, there's a lot of support, and of course to our community who are willing to put themselves out there and essentially have 25 judges critique every single rep. It's quite a vulnerable thing to do, but certainly for me, when we were in isolation last week, it was actually a highlight of my day being able to watch our community get after these workouts and doing the workouts in some odd places as well. Katie, who's been training in one of our members, one of our community's rooftop gyms. When I say a rooftop gym, it's essentially he's climbing to the very top of the building up an illegal ladder staircase, and he's setting up a gym where there is 20 plus floors of a plummet down to your death if you are to just get it slightly wrong. So it's cool to see people making do with what they have and still getting after CrossFit Open. It's awesome.
Sure.
Okay, let's move on to our male masters division. So this is for anyone over the age of 35. And taking us away.
So in third place, we have our very own Roman. Now, it's really cool to see Roman on here. He came to us originally as a CrossFitter. He wanted to get into the sport of CrossFit. Since then, experienced a fair few injuries. He was quite a mobile guy in some positions, and body wasn't ready to be going into some crazy movements. He's then moved to our build program, part of our process programming umbrella. He's putting a lot of muscle. He looks great at the moment, but he still has the urge and the bug to compete, and he loves it. So to see someone like Roman come in and take a first place in the Masters division after not even really doing CrossFit, doing more kind of body composition, bodybuilding style work, really cool to see. So, great to see him in third place there.
I was going to jump in there. I think it just goes to show the importance of training in a sustainable and healthy way, which is probably the biggest change that Roman has implemented into his training. Yes, the program is different. That means he's not doing a lot of high skill gymnastics. He's not doing things like Olympic lifting. He is just doing good quality contractions. Definitely brought himself probably out of some form of a deficit and into a more healthy state. Sure. He has been jumping in and doing Saturday testers though. So each week periodically throughout the year, he has been getting that little dose of CrossFit, and that is now allowing him to still be competitive in the sport. So that's just really cool to see, as you said. Sorry, continue on.
Yep. So we don't have a second place because right now we have a tie for first place. Mr. Chris Toison, who I know is also in a bit of a lockdown pickle at the moment over in China. He's doing his very best to do what he can out in the mean streets of Shenzhen. And then again, we have Bradley Charles Jenkins, who put in another strong finish, same as last week. Both of those guys doing really, really well on the descending part of the rep scheme this week. Yeah,
I think it's just something which is a recurring theme, particularly for those people in Asia right now. It's like this has been a really challenging CrossFit Open. Just like last year, people are getting access, losing access, getting access, losing access to their gyms, having less than ideal environments. And it's just really cool to see people not allowing that to be a reason to not finish what they started, persevering, changing up the dates or the days that they're doing their workouts, changing up the equipment, changing up the environment, but still logging scores and doing it with a smile on their face. Awesome to see. Let's finish off, Ant. Let's go into our female Masters division.
Female Masters. Well, firstly, I think it's really cool that, since we have had this lockdown and we had a bit of an issue in our gym here as well with cases and whatnot, so we had to close, but we still ran the pods on a Saturday. When we say pods, it basically means we set up a space for our athletes to come and do their open workouts. We basically stand 5 meters away, give them as much encouragement, judging as we can throughout, but basically give everyone the opportunity to do it. And Janie and also our person in first place, Lee Coates, they've both been big supporters of that, and they've come down every single weekend, thrown down, wanted to stay around and cheer on, but unfortunately we've had to kick him out just because of restrictions. But great to see Janie propping up third place at the moment with a strong finish, and she did that on her own with me at 7 a.m. in the morning on Saturday. So well done, Janie. A very deserved fourth place in 22.2, which moves her up to third place. In second place, we have another strong finish from Anelli. Second place in first week, second place again in the second week, so she's sitting very comfortably in second place overall. And then Lee Coates again, first place in the first week, first place again on this second week. A great score again, so Lee Coates getting very, very close to finishing that workout, so solid work there.
Something that's going to be happening next week, which we'll be talking about on our update show, is that of course at the conclusion of the 3 weeks of the CrossFit Open, we have the next stage of the season starting for a lot of people. For our Masters athletes, what we're looking at here, some of these athletes will be progressing to the Masters or the age group qualifiers, which is going to be a set of online qualifiers in about 6 weeks time. So we're going to be helping those guys prepare for that set of tests. They'll be having their own program, and we'll be individualizing them. We'll semi-individualizing their process all the way up until that point in time. For those of our athletes who are making it on and progressing to the CrossFit quarterfinals, they will be having their own program. And of course, everyone else, that may mark next week, the end of the season. So we will talk you guys through what the options are and how we're going to be navigating the rest of the season. And the last thing I'm going to do here is ask you, what are your predictions for 22.3?
I actually think 22.3 could be a repeat. And I think it could be the repeat of the double under, toes to bar and power snatch, and then into 1 rep max clean and jerk. I think. I don't know. But then we're missing thrusters, so who knows?
I think it's going to be a repeat of last year's final workout.
Do you?
Which means that this is going to be the first year that we don't have double unders.
Nah, they'll put double unders back in. Just because last season, the first workout had 200 plus double unders, 300 plus double unders. The semifinals had 600 double unders. And also the semifinals had quarterfinals had double unders. So I can't see them not putting it in.
We shall see. Folks, if you got this far, fantastic work. If you're tuning in, thank you for all the love and support. Good luck to everyone on 22.3.